just not a very good second half, really. I thought we did a pretty good job of kind of weathering the storm a little bit in the first half, but too many points in the paint. And, you know, obviously we struggled scoring the entire second half. You know, 36 points in the second half, we're not going to beat anyone, especially a team of that quality right there. And, you know, we just gotta have guys step up. We can't, you know, we can't worry about the guys that are out. They're not going to be with us. And so can't have a pity party for ourselves. We have to have guys step up and play. And, you know, obviously that didn't occur. So, you know, the result is what it is.
Just like the discrepancy in the boards, it seemed like every loose ball they got.
Well, I mean, obviously Dwight's going to get his share of rebounds. We just didn't do a very good job, like you said, of coming up with some of the loose balls that were bouncing around. You know, I thought I thought for the most part, I thought Gortat did a pretty good job on him. We made him work there, but guys, we can't score 36 and win. You know, I mean, we're not going to hold a team to 35 in the second half. So our offense has to be much better than it was. And then, you know, we get on a roll and we cut it to 5 or 7 points, and then we give up 6 or 8 straight points, and you just can't do that. Not against a team of that quality.
Did you feel like they defended Brooks differently in the second half of the first?
No, not really. I thought he's got to be a little more aggressive. I thought he was very aggressive the first half. I thought not so much the second half, and he's got to stay aggressive, and he's got to stay. You know, he has to look for his shots, and you know, we want him to be a scorer. I think, you know, the second half a little bit he wanted to be a facilitator, and he's still learning, guys. I mean, you know, he's still trying to figure out how to play in this system and try to figure out the guys that he's playing with. As I said, we've had 3 practices. 2 of them has been really short practices, just kind of review. So he hadn't had but really 1 practice where we can run up and down and try to get him, you know, acclimated to what we're trying to do. And so I don't blame him for that. I know he wants to do the right thing, and he'll continue to work. So to me, that's the main thing that matters.
Early on, you struggled with the threes, and I think you were like 1.1 or 11 or something like that. Were they bad looks, or was it good defense, or it's kind of a combination?
We just didn't make. I mean, you know, 3-pointers. Either you know, guys, very few 3-pointers are challenged, and you know, you either line up and you make them and you shoot them in, or you don't. And tonight we didn't shoot them in. I think we ended up going 4 for 15, and you know, most of them were decent looks, but we just you know, a couple of them was rushed. I thought Mikhail probably rushed a couple of them, but you got to be able to knock shots down. At the end of the day, we can sit here and talk about anything we want. If we scored 36 points, we're not beating anybody. Not anybody that's in that tournament that's coming up even. Not if you score 36.
Without Steve out there, even Aaron had his good moments, but were the rest of the guys kind of out of sorts, you know, about where their shots were?
Well, I mean, take Dwight off their team, and would they be out of sorts? Or take anybody that is the main guy on the team. You know, Steve is the backbone of our team. I mean, obviously he gets guys good looks, and you know, he creates situations where we have pace and rhythm and things like that. But we don't have Steve, so we have to create that some other way. And it has to come, you know, collectively, I think. You know, everybody, we have to have someone step up. And if you look at it, I thought Aaron did a really good job. But, you know, we have to have other guys that play above where they would normally play if you're going to be successful against a team like that, you know, given the circumstances of not having Steve and Channing.
Anything positive on Chang's injury in the last few days?
It's just, you know, it's just going to be a thing that's probably the next 10 days. And then we'll look at it and we'll see what's going on. But, you know, that's not anything that we can worry about. We got games that has to be played right now, and so we have to have guys that can step up and play right now. That's what it comes down to. Thanks.
A frustrating game losing the old team. Only scoring 36 the second half.
Yeah, it wasn't definitely an easy game. You know, we got to find a way in the second half to be more productive team, and we got to find a way. You know, we got to find a way to put the ball to the basket. You know, somebody got to really step in and you know, do the dirty job. It was hard. You know, they play pretty good defense, and obviously it's a really physical team, but still. We miss a lot of shots. We take a lot of contested shots, and end of the day, I don't think we really did what coach told us to do. So we got to execute and be focused a little bit more.
Early on, you hit a lot of more outside shots than you normally take. Is that something you knew from practicing against Dwight, that you could probably get that easier than going to the hole? Or?
You know, I believe that I'm pretty good, you know, pretty solid jump shooter. I'm not a shooter, but solid guy who can, you know, hit this 17, 18 footer, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it every day. I'm not saying I'm going to hit every day, you know, 5, 6 jump shots in a game, but you know, if I'm going to be open, I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to take it. I have this freedom, and I'm mentally free. You know, coach told me you're open, take a shot. So I'm going to try to help the team. You know, one day somebody has to step in and guard me. So it's going to be, you know, the middle is going to be open for somebody else, and. You know, it's hard when you play the first half. You know, I tried to be aggressive, and you know, I had a couple of jump shots. And the second half, again, you know, I kind of disappeared. You know, I don't know what was the reason. You know, was the reason. I just got to watch the DVD and talk to the coaches, and I got to figure out to find a way also in the second half to be more aggressive, because that's not the first time. You know, I score. I don't know, 10, 12 points in the first half, and maybe 1 bucket in the second half.
How did you evaluate your battle against Dwight?
I think I can tell you that it's definitely different than in practice.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it, you know, I've seen it in practice. He will hit me twice harder, and he will play more dirty. In the game, he was. I think he knew I'm going to wait for the offensive foul, and he knew probably I'm going to try to take a charge. But you know, still, Dwight is Dwight. You know, he's a very good post-up player. Now he had, you know, this jump shot from mid-range with a glass. It's really hard to guard this guy. But I would say, you know, hard to say after, you know, it's hard to say and judge after the last game. But I would say I had a pretty solid defense in there.
Marcin, you guys never once had the lead in the Denver game. You never once had the lead here against Orlando. You feel like the team is beginning maybe to lose its focus, or its?
You know, I think we play without life. We don't have really, you know, we are not a real pumped up team. We need a vocal leader who's going to step in and try to, you know, build us up a little bit. You know, we play to the emotions. You know, we're not really enjoying playing, you know, in certain moments. And I just think, you know, we're really missing, first of all, Steve, and missing Channing right now is a big difference. Like I said, we need a bit more life. You know, we need to have more fun from playing basketball, enjoy. You know, after a good possession, we gotta be pumped up. The bench has to be more, you know, more pumped up, you know, to play the game. And it's just, we kind of missing that, you know, in the last 2 games.
But how do you recapture that, knowing where you are in the chase for the playoff right now?
Well, we got to change that. I mean, we got to change as far as possible. I mean, as fast as possible, I'm sorry. And, you know, it's you know, I'm not the coach. I mean, I know what I have to do to get better, and I know what I have to do to be more productive, and I know what I have to do to help this team. But, you know, I can't go honestly to the other guy next to me and say, listen, you got to do this, or this, you know. It has to come out of him. And, you know, I'm going to talk to coach. I will see what we can change, and I'll ask him what can I do more to help this team, and hopefully we're going to change this, you know, tomorrow.
If Steve can't go tomorrow, how do you feel optimistic that the offense will get better?
I'm just scared it's going to be Aaron Brooks versus Houston Rockets. That's what I'm scared. I'm just scared it's going to be, you know, one big game, and you know, I know Aaron was going to want, you know, he wants to have a good game over there, just like I want to have it here, and. You know what? We just gotta go out there and play. We definitely gotta play better defense. So we'll see. It's gonna be frustrating if Steve's gonna play, for real. I'm the guy who's missing him the most. Trust me. I'm the center, you know, setting screens and rolling down. So.
They weren't there.
I mean, you know, Aaron passed a couple. You know, he passed a couple balls. I mean, obviously, but he's still, with all respect for Aaron, he's not Steve Nash.
Gonna obviously start well for you.
You know, I think first half we let him get to an early lead. You know, we couldn't get it within 10. I think at the beginning of the half, we came out and gave up some quick baskets. And so we was fighting uphill the whole time. You can't do that with that team.
Now, you're 8 of 10 in the first half, 19 points, but you took only 4 shots in the second half in this score. Was it something they did defensively?
Nah, I don't know. I just got out of my rhythm. I don't think there's anything that did defensively. I mean, but you're gonna get different looks. I'm gonna watch film and figure out what was going on, because you know, there's no reason why we should beat by that much, regardless of who we playing.
You've only had about 3 practices with the team. Is there a comfort level, or is there still a feeling out process?
Still filling out. You know, finding out everybody where they want the ball at, different spots, trying to figure out the offense. You know, trying to watch Steve, see what he does, and kind of implement that, since you know this offense he's been so successful in. And they pick up things here and there, but you got to keep yourself and who you are. But I think, you know, in general, just want to, figure out what's going wrong, the reason why we're losing games like this.
Is there any special thoughts tomorrow? Obviously, you're hoping you have Steve back, but if you don't, getting a start back at your old place?
Just, come out being the same way I played in the first half, aggressive. I got to keep that consistency going through the whole game.
36 points total in the second half of the game. Was that a surprise to you, and what would you attribute that to?
Well, I think, we're just a little flat. I think with Dwight in there, he does a great job protecting the paint, makes sure a jump shooting team. You got to aggressively go at them, sometimes, and we didn't do that, and we set up for jump shots when we was missing. Defensively, they did a great job of moving the ball today, and it was knocking down shots to get that 20-point win. So they're a dangerous team. When they're clicking on all cylinders like that, and you're not getting layups and getting transition buckets, and Dwight's back there being a monster. I mean, that's why they made it to the playoffs last year.
The role just not available all day there because they have those big planted back there, him and Ben.
I want to kind of take it on myself. The shots I was shooting in the beginning of the half, I wasn't shooting in the second. So I want to say I let him off the hook. Just wasn't aggressive. Maybe I should have been in the second half. Defensively, it just killed us today. We wasn't hitting shots. We didn't get stops. And we got to do a better job of it.